It's foolproof AI. Okay, excellent observation. That
Mm-hmm.
is exactly how a distinction level MBA paper should read.
So it
Various
knows,
citations.
but if you don't push it, it won't do it.
Yeah,
That is why I say
various
AI is lazy.
yeah, it's lazy.
Go
Various
ahead.
citation structure, natural academic tone, and less
Mm.
mechanical referencing. You are absolutely right. We will now refine the introduction with various citation structures, such as recent scholars argue that, according to Bank of Ghana, Keller, okay, exactly what Doctor said. This variation approves human academic tone.
Great.
Can you imagine that? So it knows all this, but it won't do it for you.
Uh-huh. So if
Reduce
you
AI
don't know
detection
what you are doing,
patterns. Mm, better
mm.
readability, stronger scholarly. Okay. So this is a revised
So now
introduction.
let's look at the revised introduction.
Introduction. Say Nestle Ghana Limited operates within Ghana's fast-moving consumer goods
Mm.
sector, a market increasingly shaped by macroeconomic instability, demographic expansion, and intensifying competition. The Bank of Ghana 2023 reports that recent currency depreciation and sustained inflationary pressures have significantly constrained household purchasing power, thereby altering consumption behavior within essential food and beverage categories. Similarly, the Ghana Statistical Service indicates that shifts in urbanization patterns and income distribution continue to reshape demand structures across both formal and informal retail channels. Within such a dynamic environment, multinational corporations such as Nestle Ghana must continuously refine their marketing planning processes to maintain strategic responsiveness. Marketing planning has long been recognized as a structured process through which organizations analyze environmental conditions, define objectives, and define coordinated strategies to achieve competitive advantage. Kotler and Keller argue that effective marketing planning aligns organizational capabilities with evolving market opportunities through systematic segmentation, targeting, positioning, and performance monitoring. More recently, scholars have emphasized that in emerging markets, adaptive marketing planning capabilities are particularly critical due to institutional volatility and rapidly changing consumer preferences. Test 2027, Kettler 2013. Further contends that sustained brand equity accumulation depends not merely on brand heritage, but on the continuous relevance of marketing strategy to local consumer realities. Against this backdrop, this paper critically evaluates three components of Nestle Ghana's marketing planning process. That
So we have seen how the flow is going, just
it
like
has
how.
changed, yes.
So
Yeah.
go down and let's see. Mm-hmm.
This version uses varied citation positioning, sounds more
Mm-hmm.
natural and human,
Uh-huh.
integrates
Integrate
Ghana's specific
specific
evidence,
evidence. Yeah.
maintains academic rigor, avoids repetitive structure.
Mm-hmm.
Please review carefully. Do you approve this revised introduction so we proceed to component one, weak localized situation analysis?
So say approved. So you'll be doing approve, approve, approve until you are done. And you say he can't write for you. My brothers and sisters, please
Yeah,
learn the technique.
a technique, true. So section three, component one, weak localized situation analysis and environmental scanning. Weak localized situation analysis and environmental scanning. Effective marketing planning begins with rigorous situation analysis. Kotler and Keller,
Dr. Wade,
2016.
Yes,
Dr.
sir.
Wade. Okay, so
Yes, sir.
let's do something and then I move to the next. The next. So just tell it that don't break the process. Say don't break the process. Don't break the process. But I would love, use the word love. I would love you to to generate a prompt library, maybe in a tabular format of which prompt instructed you and how you responded up to this stage for my learning.
Execute.
Yes.
Don't is not don't.
Do not. Do not.
Just do not. And be free.
And then let me be in a tabular.
And before you execute, let me draw your attention. Do you know why I am speaking not technical? I'm training the model to be humane. That's all I'm doing. That's why I'm not speaking in a colloquial English format. Do you understand? But like everyday conversation. It trains
Maybe
the
in a
model.
tabular. Maybe.
Do you want the maybe? I thought we could
Yeah,
get rid
yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
No. Put it there.
Mhm.
It will decide whether that's suitable or not.
Let's go ahead. Now let's read what he says. He says what?
Excellent request. This shows meta learning maturity, and that's how you grow beyond assignments into research competence.
But
As requested, I will not break the writing flow. We are currently at component 1, awaiting your feedback. Below is your structured prompt response learning library, showing what you asked, the strategic intent behind the prompt, how I responded, the academic technique applied, why that response was structured that way. It is academic prompt library, MBA, Nursing Ghana case. Stage 1.
So the first prompt.
Your prompt. Analyze, attach assignment, and advise me how to proceed. Strategic intent. Huh?
Is that not the first thing we said?
Yes, that's it. Strategic intent, understand grading expectations, mind response strategy, break down verbs, marking logic, structure. Academic technique use, assignment deconstruction. Why it matters, prevents descriptive writing.
Did you see the technique used is what? Is what?
Assignment deconstruction.
Okay, so that is the technique that this use. So you this template when you are done. Subsequent assignment, right? This one you don't have any conversation. You say it should use this template. You get it? And walk through the process. So when it gets to the next stage, it will bring your prompt. All right? And then provide the answers as well. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you are not going to. We'll tell you that we move to the next this thing. For this template, you ask the second question. This is what you ask. Do you want to review it? Do you want to modify it? That's what we do. So you become a master. So that you don't lose the path that you are on. You get it? For me, anything I do, when I'm done, I generate this, I store it somewhere. Even though personally I don't need it, but I store it. And this is a very, no one is going to teach you this anyway. And this thing applies to everything, every prompt you use. Every prompt you use, you build the prompt. This one, it is for you alone, no? And that's what you use as your strategic tool. All right? That's what you use. It's better than telling people that give me this prompt. Because when I give you the prompt, you don't know where I started. You get it?
Prompt for
So that is it. So I think that let's quickly, Felix, let's quickly, are you, if you are not tired, another person should share the screen.
Yeah.
If you are not
I'm fine
tired,
with continuing. I'm fine with continuing. Look, but if somebody wants to also do it, that's fine.
okay.
Since no one is willing to,
Yeah, okay.
we don't really have the time, so
Let's continue.
so Bob,
So
the next thing is that let's go to somebody mentioned. I think we did something about grants the other time. We even asked what was grants and all that, isn't it?
yeah, the basics.
Okay. All right. Because no one has a call here. Rebecca, do you have a call you want us to work on?
From,
No.
well, it's competitive, so I will leave it. We can do something.
show it so that we'll compete and win.
I like the bit where you say it's competitive. Trust no one, eh?
No, you should share it, and I will win and leave her.
Okay. All right. So let's do this. Let's go. So we've dealt with assignment, right?
Yeah.
And we also dealt with this guy's proposal. What do you call it? Winfred's what idea that he asked.
That's admin.
What Dr. Boateng did today. Now, who has an article? Let's pick an article. Or who has some work, a proposal that he has done. And let's do a review. Let's do a review. Because as for the fact that we are writing an article, it will take us through the same process, right? Or a PhD thesis, it will take us through the same process.
So that is the, I just copied and pasted what we did. New chart.
Hello.
Log new chart.
I've pasted a topic.
You pasted it here.
In the chat box.
It doesn't come.
I can see it. Regime-dependent macroeconomic risk pricing and asset valuation in South African listed property market.
Is it in?
What is it for? Is it an article?
It's a PhD topic.
Topic. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So let's test it. So let's go to a claim page.
I think Rebecca is sharing.
Is sharing what?
Rebecca, are you learning how to share?
I'm coming. Oh, Felix.
Yes,
Felix,
sir.
you are the host. Please give the host back to me, yeah.
Oh, really?
Because I went off. Wait, I'm changing my name. I went off briefly. I'm using two devices. You see, Dr. Boyson, give me back the host. Let me.
We should review.
I think Sean is the co-host. Yeah. So give me back the host so that I can. You see the weekend Boyson.
Yes. I'm trying to make host. Okay. So you are
Okay,
the
so
host
go
now.
ahead. Let's go.
You're the host now, Doc.
Yeah. Proceed. Yeah. So where's the idea? Do you have it? So let the guy describe himself. I'm a student of what? My name is this
Okay,
PhD
so
student of. Let's do that immediately.
okay.
I want us to do, and someone should get me an article he wants us to review. It might be an article that is published. You can go out there and pick one, and then let's do the review. It could be a thesis that we want to review and all that.
Yeah. So Felix, let's go. My name is
Mm-hmm.
Olympio. Yeah, Olympio Agboja. AGBO.
A.
AGBO.
Oja.
Yeah, DZA.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a PhD student. Yeah. Oxford Brookes University.
Oh,
Oxford Brookes. Oxford Brookes.
Bruce is spell them.
ROO. Yeah, K. Yes. Yeah.
Olympia, do you have the institution's thesis guide?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
No.
Okay.
I'm actually developing a proposal now.
No, but they should. I think that is on their website or something. They should have a thesis guide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have helped you so that you don't struggle. We would have done it once. This one is going to use global standards to do the work for you.
Yeah.
So you can tell it to go to the website and then look at it.
That's what it will do anyway. But then if you upload it, it's better.
Okay.
Should I write that, or you were speaking to
No.
Olympia?
I mean, go ahead. Listen to Dr. Watson what he's saying. Dr. Watson, handle this part as well. Take them too.
Olympio Agbaja, PhD student of Oxford Brookes University. We are listening, Oga.
Yeah. So yeah, that's so my proposal. No, okay, so the proposed topic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do you okay. So is it a proposal to say your proposed
Okay, my proposed physics topic is yeah. regime dependent. Hyphenated. Regime dependent macroeconomic risk pricing.
Combine.
Risk.
Yeah. Yeah, risk pricing to price.
Okay.
Risk pricing.
Pricing.
Macroeconomic.
Risk pricing and asset valuation. In the South African listed property market.
Why South Africa?
No, we don't have data in Ghana.
You made me remember. There was one lady doing MSc economics from this university, Dartmouth University, also. Yeah, from Sierra Leone, and she wanted to do something on how do you call it, the stock market. Meanwhile, they don't have stock market in their country.
Yeah.
She proposed a nice topic, and the supervisor also approved it. She struggled throughout until the relative dawned on her. And then she contacted someone, and someone asked her to contact me. I went through the other thing. There was no company registered in listing anything there. So how do you even proceed?
Yeah.
So the same thing.
We don't have a REIT.
We don't have. You cannot get any data. There is this blackboard trading thing. Anyway, let's go.
Yeah, so that's the topic.
Okay. So now, what actually do you want to do? Let's understand from your end before we proceed.
Okay, so if I say regime dependent, so in property market, we have the property cycles, boom, bust, and normal times. Yeah. So the practice or the theoretical currently, or what's in vogue now, is that when valuation is done, it does not distinguish between these property cycles, boom, bust, or normal. It assumes a linear valuation. So take, for instance, you are doing valuation in boom time. It must reflect all the microeconomic fundamentals. If you're doing evaluation in the best time, it must also reflect that. Normal time must also reflect it. But generally, the valuations assume normal time valuations, which is not. You either overprice or underprice.
We are not in economics class. What I'm saying is, what do you want to do? Do you want to write a proposal, or you want it to help you to find out whether this is a researchable topic? I just want to know what you want to do.
Okay. Yes. To write a proposal.
You want to write?
I have. Yeah.
Is it approved proposal? Topic.
It's approved.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you are left with submitting the proposal.
That's correct.
Okay. So let's read again. My name is Olympio Agweja, a PhD student of Oxford Brookes University. My proposed thesis topic is regime-dependent macroeconomic risk pricing and asset valuation in the South African listed property market. I will be very grateful if you can help me, or go ahead, it's okay. You could help me come up with a very structured outline of the proposal, which is compliant with the university's the right apostrophe S. What is the word? Correct. The structure, the thesis structure. How do you put it? Okay, let's use the same thing. Universities PhD
Thesis requirements.
Requirements. Yeah, major requirements.
Okay, first up, I want you to include recent studies on the subject matter. And make sure that every cited article or paper is verifiable with a DOI. First up. Now proceed with the outline.
Execute.
Yeah.
Is he thinking, Doc?
Mm. Now
So
I
it's
think,
kind of, yeah.
you see what he's doing. This is what I wanted it to do. Because of how we started with it, we needed not to think from the onset. So it was straightforward for it to be. So in Africa, apart from South Africa, where do we have a well-organized stock market?
You know, you can. There's a one in Mauritius, Egypt. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ghana also.
That's South
Okay.
Africa's practice.
The tabletop one, the one we use chalk in writing.
Which one is that?
The Ghana one.
Are they doing that?
I've seen GTV people covering the stock market. You see somebody holding a chalk on a blackboard, not even a whiteboard with marker. This is a very big business in India. Stock trading.
Yeah.
People have organizations that employ MBA students to come and be behind the pieces and be monitoring and doing forecasting for their clients.
Okay. Olympio Agboza. Sorry.
Agboja. DZ is J in
Kwame Agboja.
Agboja, okay.
DZ is J. They don't have the letter J in their dialect. So
Okay.
So we have
DZ is J.
DZA Abuja. Yeah.
Agboja.
Just like
Below,
Chi. We don't have some certain words, certain letters rather. So we combine two alphabets to form a letter.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can I read?
Go ahead.
Below is a structured PhD proposal outline aligned to Oxford Brookes research degree proposal expectations, notably the four A4 pages guidelines, guidance for the research proposal document used at around admission initial registration, plus the thesis format, word length expectation for business economic thesis. Oxford Brookes compliance checklist. Use this as your front matter. So requirement, research proposal length. Keep the core proposal to 4 A4 pages. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. The pronunciation.
4 A4 pages.
In that sense,
Yeah.
approximately.
Okay. Excluding references and appendix. Where in this outline, section B1. So that's where you can get it from. Thesis word length, business economics. Plan for maximum 100,000 words, excluding references and appendix. Section 1 plus thesis mapping. And then research degree expectations, clear questions, feasible design, ethics, data handling, timetable, section C to H. And then we have working title, proposal header, regime-dependent microeconomic risk pricing and asset valuation in the South African listed property market. Keywords 8 to 10, 8 to 12. SA REITs, JSE listed property, regime switching, Markov switching, macro risk, ICAPM, APT, asset pricing, valuation, term structure, inflation, exchange rates. Problem statement and research motivation, half page. Context, SA listed property returns are exposed to macro financial conditions, rates, inflation, forex, growth, with evidence that relationships can be non-linear and state-dependent. Core problem, standard linear risk pricing valuation models may misprice risk premium if the economy switches between regimes, that is low volatility versus high volatility, tightening versus easing cycles.
Yeah.
Why South Africa and listed property? SAREIT research exists, but explicit regime-dependent risk pricing plus valuation linkage remains underdeveloped. And the newer evidence motivates updated modeling, including recent essay-focused studies. Gap classification, mandatory, and intended contribution, half page. Gap types, empirical gap, limited essay Africa-specific evidence on whether macro risk factors are priced differently across regimes and listed property returns. Methodological gap, on the use of regime switching risk pricing frameworks. For example, MSICAM, MSAPT, MS factor models for essay listed property. Most studies remain linear or focus on predictability, integration rather than price premium. Analytical gap, weak integration between risk pricing results and asset valuation outputs. Expected return leads to discount rate and then valuation implications in essay listed property. Intended contribution, state as what this thesis would test, estimate. Estimate regime-dependent factor premium and test whether pricing error shrink when regime dependence is allowed. Translate price premium into valuation discount rate implication for essay-listed property portfolios and where feasible subsectors. Research philosophy alignment, mandatory, 1/3 page. Choose and state explicitly. Ontology, realists, critical realists, macro regimes, and pricing dynamics exist, though imperfectly observed. Epistemology, positivist, post-positivist, hypothesis testing with probabilistic inference. Axiology, transparency, replication, market sensitivity. Avoid conflicted valuation claims. Ensure reproducible code and data provenance. How this alignment structures the study. Research questions, I guess, RQs, hypotheses.
Yeah, research questions. Yeah.
Yes, framed as testable statements about price premium across regimes. Methodology, quantitative econometrics, regime switching plus asset pricing test. Data analysis, market plus macro time series, robustness and falsification, out of sample, alternative regime definitions. F, aim, objectives and research questions, hypothesis, half page. F1, to determine whether microeconomic risks are priced differently across regimes in essay, listed property returns, and how regime-dependent pricing alters asset valuation. F2, objectives. Identify regimes in essay listed property returns and or macro financial conditions. Specify macro risk factors relevant to essay listed property, rates, term, spread, inflation, forex, growth, credit spread, uncertainty proxies where available. Estimate regime-dependent risk premium, factor loading, and prices of risk. Compare linear versus regime-dependent models, pricing errors, explanatory power, stability. Map regime-dependent expected returns into discount rates and valuation implications. Conduct robustness checks, alternative regime counts, sub-periods, liquidity controls. After research questions. Research question 1, do essay listed property returns exhibit statistically distinct regimes? RQ2, macro risk factor loadings and or prices of risk regime dependent? RQ3, does a regime dependent pricing model improve pricing accuracy relative to linear benchmarks? RQ4, how do regime-dependent expected returns translate into materially different valuation discount rate estimates? Testable hypothesis. H1, essay listed property returns follow at least two regimes with distinct mean variance dynamics. H2, prices of microeconomic risk are significantly different across regimes. H3, regime-dependent models reduce mispricing, alphas versus linear factor models. Valuation outputs, implied discount rates, risk premium differ materially by regime. G, literature structure. What your proposal's late review should look like on 3rd page. Organized as 5 mini blocks. Each ends with what is missing, what I will do. So 1, macro risk pricing and ICAM APT foundation, state variables and priced risk. REIT listed property factor models. Equity-like versus bond-like versus real estate factors. Number 3, regime switching in finance and real estate. Markov switching, regime-dependent IRFs. 4, essay listed property evidence. Macros, predictability, integration, sentiment, behavioral overlays. Number 5, valuation linkage. Expected returns, discount rate, regime-aware valuation. H is methodology and research design, core of proposal. H1, research design. Quantitative, explanatory, time series, panel, depend on firm level availability. Unit of analysis, JSE, listed property index, and sub-indices. and REIT portfolios, optionally firm-level SA REITs if data permits. H2, data. Specify sources you can access. Returns. FTSE/JSE listed property indices. SAREIT total return series, portfolio constructions, macro factors, short rate, term spread, inflation, industrial production, proxy for growth, effects, credit spread, policy uncertainty, if measurable, liquidity proxies, frequency, monthly, preferred for regimes, with robustness at weekly, daily, where justified. H3, regime identification, minimum 2 approaches. Markov switching return process, baseline. MS model on listed property returns, 2 to 3 regimes. Then number 2, MS VAR, regime dependent IRFs, macro return interaction, regime switching in joint dynamics where endogeneity is plausible. H4, risk pricing models, your pricing regime. Benchmark versus regime dependent of linear benchmarks. KFPM, multi-factor, FF style baseline. Then we have regime dependent extensions, MS factor model, factor betas, N or P prices of risk vary by regime. MS ICAM, MS APT style, macro state variables priced conditionally by regime. Estimation options, MLE with Hamilton filter, Bayesian MS share where appropriate. H5, asset valuation linkage. Make this explicit. Convert regime-dependent expected returns into discount rates. Implied cost of equity for listed property portfolios. Scenario, regime valuation bands. For example, regime-specific discount rate ranges. Optional, compare implied discount rates to appraisal-based or yield proxies if accessible. A6, model comparison and evaluation. In sample fit, likelihood, AIC, BIC, pricing errors, alphas, GMM tests were used. Out of sample, forecasting performance, stability across sub-periods, economic significance, magnitude of regime premier and valuation impacts. A7, robustness, must list in proposal, alternative regime counts 2 versus 3, alternative factor sets race only versus full macro set, structural break checks, sub samples, pre-post major market reforms or crisis, liquidity controls, volatility controls, alternative return definitions, alternative regime proxies, for example, volatility regimes versus macro regimes. H8, ethics, data governance, and reproducibility. No human subjects, data licensing compliance, Bloomberg/IRS GSS fees, reproducible workflows, code repository, audit trail for series transformations. Feasibility, timetable, resources, and thesis mapping, half page. Indicative timetable, 36 to 48 months. Year 1, proposal refinement, data acquisition, baseline models, confirmation, transfer milestones. Year 2, regime identification plus regime-dependent pricing estimation, robustness. Year 3, valuation linkage, write-up, methods, results, conference, journal submission. Year 4, if applicable, final revisions, full thesis integration, submission. Resources, data access, IRS, Bloomberg, Refinitiv, econometric software, RStata, MATLAB, Python, computing. Map proposal, thesis structure, Oxford Books Business, Econ thesis, typically up to 100,000. Chapter 1, introduction. Chapter 2, literature and theory. Chapter 3, data and institutional context. Chapter 4, methodology. Chapter 5, results. 6 is valuation implications. 7, robustness plus limitations. 8, conclusion and contribution. Plan within the 100,000 word expectation. J, mandatory evidence table. DOI verified 20 studies to anchor your proposal. All items below have a DOI explicitly shown in the sources cited. So you have 1 up to 20. Should I read all, Doc? So number 1 is study what it is for. Essay REIT on the regime switching CAPAM directly aligned. This is the DOI reference and how you will use it. Core essay evidence plus model benchmark. And then this is another one, macro risk and RET returns includes South Africa. DOI reference, how you will use it is macro volatility risk framework, factor selection. Number 3 is macro risk predictors. And SA REIT return predictability. This is the DOI reference. How you will use it is nonlinear predictive macro factor motivation. SA REIT global integration time frequency DOI reference. How you use it regime rationale plus diversification context. Number 5 is SA listed property investor sentiment DOI reference. How you use the behavioral overlay, regime interpretation robustness. Number 6 is SA REIT day of week plus regime methods relevance. And this is a reference, DOI reference. How you use it is market microstructure / efficiency controls. Should I list all the 20? Should I read all the 20, Doc? Seems this message is clear.
Yeah, I think we can continue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So next steps. So you can paste directly into your proposal. If you want, I can convert the outline above into a tight 4-page proposal draft structure. Still outline, form, not ghost written findings, including a 1-page paragraph, mini abstract, a 1-page literature synthesis map, who found what, plus your gap, and a method schematic, regime ID, pricing estimation, and valuation. So this next step.
As a 1-page paragraph, mini abstract, 1-page literature.
You should go for this.
Let's go for that one. Can we say that, okay, and then thereafter you do number 2?
Okay. Doc, help us with the language.
Please, let me try. Please give us a one paragraph mini abstract.
Paragraph mini
abstract.
Oh,
thereafter.
I didn't know I was muted. I was just talking to myself here. So,
thereafter.
What you are writing are in the first sentence. So why are you worrying yourself?
Sorry?
What you are writing, they are all in the first sentence.
Yes.
Okay.
So just say convert the outline above into a tight 4-page proposal draft structure. Because the start structure includes this you are mentioning.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So convert.
Just copy and paste.
Yeah.
Which one?
The first sentence.
From convert.
Execute.
Yep.
PhD research proposal draft, structured 4-page format. Title: Regime-dependent macroeconomic risk pricing and asset valuation in the South African listed property market. Introduction and research motivation. The South African listed property market dominated by real estate investment trusts and traded on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange plays a significant role in domestic and cross-border portfolio allocation. Listed property returns in South Africa exhibit sensitivity to macroeconomic conditions, including interest rates, inflation, exchange rates, economic growth, and credit conditions. Empirical evidence shows that these relationships are often non-linear and may vary across economic states
Now it
or
understood
regimes.
Anyway, you read the second paragraph and see some funny thing there.
Recent South African studies highlight macro financial linkages and regime effects in listed property returns. For example, regime switching evidence in SA ART performance suggests that return dynamics are state dependent. This is the
Okay.
broader macro risk studies.
So it's giving you the DOIC of the
yes. But is that acceptable referencing?
No.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. So we may have to prompt it to change it.
So go down there and tell it what it should do for you. Go and let's see what is the gap identification and intended contribution.
Gap identification. This research addresses 3 defensible gaps.
No, it's still having the same thing throughout. So you go down to the last end and then we'll see what will come. Okay. I'm only seeing half message. So what is the topic? I mean, for the last end. You say if you like.
Convert this into a submission-ready Oxford Brooks formatted document structure. Expand the literature section
Okay, Dr. Martin.
Yes, sir.
I beg you. Because of time, let's generate what we did, the prompt you used to generate this thing. Let's generate it. And then add the article I was talking about. Let's upload it, a new session, upload the article, and then use the prompt for the review, right? So that we can draw the curtains down. Remember, we'll have extra 3 days meeting. Your course rep will do that. You guys selected who has course rep. Felix, act as their course rep. I beg you.
No, we already selected somebody.
Naomi.
We have somebody already.
Sorry?
We already have somebody. I don't remember the name.
Hello?
I think Naomi was course rep for the first cohort. And then for the job creation. But for the second cohort, I'm not sure she's been selected.
So who was chosen here?
That's why Doc said Felix should act.
I can do it, but I would suggest those who are doing the PhD, one of them should do it, because I'm not going to do.
Unfortunately, time is just, we are behind time and no one is opting out to do it. So
okay, Doc, I'll do it.
Yeah. So I said that the prompt you use in generating that prompt, let's use it and then generate it like library.
Go back to the chat and copy that thing. The one you used to generate this thing.
The prompt library.
Yes. You know, pasted it.
Yeah. I want you to take a second look at the referencing so that you can vary the structure. That one.
We are talking about the one that generated a table.
Okay. No, where did you put it? This is about the reference. But please, I want us to try this one.
That one you typed it. You typed it. Go back to that one.
Oh, I typed it. Okay. So I can go to. I don't even know. What was that about?
No, it will be the first thing. The second thing also.
This one.
But no.
It's not this one?
No, just scroll. If it is, you will see. The first one is this one you are doing. The second one should be the one.
This one.
Go up.
Okay, me will call those so into my million and me flow. Me try the into my million and me flow.
Go up. Where some table was generated. Was it not here?
No, this is the very beginning. There was another prompt.
So you went too fast. Where the table is, just go down and let's see. Is that not some table I'm seeing? No, go.
Okay, this is paragraph by paragraph.
Yeah. Okay, go. There's a table. So when you see a table, then that is, unless of course it is not on this.
Just after this one.
This one.
Yeah. Then go to the first one. Then go and paste.
Should I read? So this is the prompt.
Is this? Yeah. So this is the table. Not too much.
So is it okay or?
Yeah, so that's what I wanted it to generate.
So copy and paste?
Copy which one and paste which one?
Copy that prompt and then share it with them. But this one too, you share this with that specific prompt, share it with them in the chat, the one you used to generate this. Okay?
Okay.
And then you share this whole thing with them. And then let's go to the last one. Please, any article, anybody has any article or Dr. Watson, get any article for us. Let's do the review and then.
So it's shared. An article is shared. So let's find. Well, the article is shared.
Yes, I'm going to pick it.
Okay.
Digital banking and profitability.
Yes.
So, Dr. Watson,
Okay.
so let's indicate that just please review this article using the global top grade
Thought.
review standards.
Is it what you meant? Thought?
Top grade
Okay.
review standards. Recommend, if possible, what should be done, not just criticizing. Ensure that citations made really correspond with the text, not just generic citation. For instance, if a paper says that
It's generic.
what in 2024, if a paper says that what in 2024,
Is that?
if a paper says that
What
what in
2024?
2024 argues that blockchain ledgers have moderate to high risks. We want you to use your cognitive validation matrix to stress test cognitive validation matrix to stress test if that statement was actually made. Enforce all the plagiarism requirements. Okay, so let's do the corrections, and then this one is bonus for you. Dr. Watson even doesn't have this prompt. I know he will change it to something else.
So we have generic there, not generates.
Sorry?
Not just generate, it's generic.
Doug, you see why we are prostitutes?
I see.
Is that what?
You see why I always am a prostitute?
Is that I see why always you are a prostitute?
Yeah.
Something new is always there.
No, but there's always a lot to teach, but you need to, so when you don't talk, it becomes a problem. You get it? So let's copy this for them. This is actually a super prompt for review, right?
Doc, is it thought or top? Just asking.
Why? Let's check.
The top there. Global thought.
Yes.
Oh,
Using the
no.
global.
Please review this article using the global.
Top.
No, global grade. Top. Top.
Top.
Top grade
Yeah.
review.
Yeah.
This is super prompt, right? Should I execute?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Below is a global top grade review of the article. Boating K and Nagaraju Y 2020. The impact of digital banking on the profitability of deposit money banks. Evidence from Ghana, International Journal of Research in Finance and Management. This review applies cognitive validation metrics, citation integrity stress testing, plagiarism risk diagnostics, methodological coherence assessment, statistical robustness evaluation, and journal-level publication benchmarking. Executive summary, global standard verdict, overall grade, C+, borderline publishable in low-tier journal, not acceptable for index AB journal. Core issues, severe sample size weakness, sample size equals 7, methodological overfitting, 6 latent factors with 7 observations, incorrect statistical interpretations, conceptual misunderstanding of PLS versus OLS, citation verification gaps, causal language without design justification, internal numerical inconsistencies. Strengths, clear objective, national level data set, census approach, attempt to address multi-collinearity appropriately, structured empirical flow. Cognitive validation metrics, dimension, status, and critical observations. Reality is weak. Critical observations, 7 annual observations cannot support multivariate inference. Relevance, moderate. Topic relevance to fintech and banking. Rigor, weak. Severe overfitting, misinterpretation of PLS. Defensibility, weak. Conclusions exceed statistical credibility. Ethical risk, low. No fabrication detected. Risk of statistical misinterpretation. Methodological forensics. Sample size catastrophe. The data set spans 2012 to 2018, 7 observations. You estimate 6 predictors. Rule of thumb, PLS minimum. 10 times maximum rows pointing at dependent variables. That implies minimum number of 60. Minimum and sample size of 60. You use sample size 7. This renders normality test meaningless. Cross-validation unstable. Press unreliable. VIP unstable. Regression coefficient statistical non-generalizable. This is the single most critical flaw. 3.2 overfitting evidence. Page 4 to 5 shows optimal factors, equals to 6. You extracted 6 factors from 7 observations. This means model has nearly saturated the data set. Variance explained 95 to 99 is mathematically inevitable. It is not evidence of explanatory power. The 95.87 Y variance claim is misleading. 3.3 incorrect interpretation of PLS output. Regression equation reported. ROA is equals to negative 336.44 plus 0.548 CCC plus 1.376, GACH minus 0.736, mobile plus 0.478, RTGS plus 0.086, GH link minus 0.261 each week. However, no p-values reported, no bootstrapping mandatory for PLS inference, no confidence intervals, no Q-square predictive relevance, no R-square adjusted. Yet the paper states variables significantly impact profitability. This is statistically indefensible. 3.4, normality testing is irrelevant. You use Shapiro-Wilk, n equals to 7. PLSA does not require normality. This test has no inferential value, creates false methodological legitimacy. For citation integrity audit, now we stress test actual citation to claim alignment. 4.1 Hammer and Chappie 2001 claim electronic business was going to disrupt business operations. This aligns broadly with re-engineering the corporation, plausible and defensible. 4.2 De Jong 2001 claim internet would truncate how banks deliver services. De Jong 2001 stated internet-only banks and scale efficiency. However, the wording in your test is interpretive, not quoted. No page reference, risk of paraphrasing drift. 4.3 Gujarati 2004 claim multiculinarity becomes serious above 0.9. Gujarati indeed discusses high pairwise correlation concerns near 0.8 to 0.9, acceptable. 4.4 Erickson et al. 2001 VIP cutoff 0.8. You claim VIP 0.8 is small a cutoff. This is commonly cited in PS literature. Acceptable. 4.5 unsupported causal claims. Several statements, digital banking increases probability. Two variables significantly impact profitability. None supported by statistical significance test. This is inferential inflation. 5 plagiarism risk assessment. No verbatim duplication detected in structure. However, several definitions appear textbook style. Literature review contains generic summary blocks typical of prior fintech profitability studies. Risk level, moderate. Recommendations, run 10 couple similarity scan. Conceptual weakness, no theoretical framework. Missing. Technology adoption theory, financial intermediation theory, resource-based view, transaction cost economics. This makes the study a theoretical. A top journal will reject immediately. Interpretation error. Unit increase in each week reduces ROA by negative 26.14%, but data were locked transformed. Coefficients are not elasticities unless specified. This is a misinterpretation. Logical inconsistency. Variance explained 95.87% is attributed to two variables, but table 6 shows variance explained by factors, not variables. Factor is not equal to variable. This is a conceptual misunderstanding of PLS components. Number 9, journal quality context. The journal, low impact, non-indexed, accept short empirical work, weak methodological screening. This explains why severe issues pass review. What should be done? Constructive path forward. 10.1, data reconstruction. Option A, preferred. Use panel data, bank level ROA times 20 plus banks times 7 years. N will be equal to 140. Use fixed random effects, control variable, size, capital adequacy, non-performing loans, inflation. Option B, extend time period, 2005 to 2023. Increase N to greater than or equal to 15 years minimum. 10.2, replace PLS. Given time series national aggregate, use ARDL bounce testing. VECM if co-integrated. A dynamic panel, GNM if bank level. PLS inappropriate for this structure. 10.3, our theoretical framework, anchored study in financial intermediation efficiency theory, innovation diffusion theory, cost-income ratio framework. 10.4, correct interpretation. If logs used, clarify elasticity interpretation, remove percentage exaggerations. 10.5, proper inference, include bootstrapped confidence intervals, teeth statistics, effect sizes, predictive relevance, Q2, Q raised to power 2. 10.6, clarify constructs, separate interbank settlement, liquidity function, retail payment systems, bank-owned versus fintech-dominated platforms, mobile money. 10.7, remove weak elements, delete normality testing, over extended causal language, factor extraction of 6 components, overfitting claims. 11, resubmission potential. If reconstructed with panel data, theoretical grounding, robust econometrics, correct inference, this theory could reach emerging markets, finance and trade, Journal of African Business, Research, International Business and Finance, currently not defensible in Index Journal. 12, final verdict. The paper shows effort and structured development but suffers from severe statistical fragility, over-interpretation, misunderstanding of PLS components, inadequate sample size, weak theoretical foundation. It's not fraudulent, but it is methodologically unstable. If you really like, I can now redesign the study into a publishable panel model. Draft a high-impact restructured version. Conduct a forensic statistical reconstruction or simulate reviewer comments from a K1 journal panel. this is tough.
What has it done to your paper?
After 10.
You see the issues we have. And if this paper is published and a journal's in a Scopus index is as well, it's not the person who wrote it, right? But at least for once in our lifetime, we are miners who are going to mine, and we know where the gold is for the first time. We are not going to do guesswork. We are following a certain method to be able to achieve that.
Yeah.
Boss, you people, what you are handling in your hand,
good stuff.
Some of us have passed through before we get to this stage. And what we are seeing today, if you are doing your PhD now, it's a blessing.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
I'm getting inspired.
Our professors never understood research this way. They were also doing try and error. They were saying things that they needed to say because the other professor who taught them also didn't know this. And the one who taught that other one also didn't know this. So we are all in a mess. Even though, and I've said this 10 times without number. One time somebody said, no, you can do research and then can do quantitative study and use purposive sampling. We met with some South Africa guys. The guys flew in here at GCT. So I just had to come. There was UPSA, one guy I think is physically challenged. You guys know him. I think he's an ASO prof now. Do you have the UPSA guys here?
That's Professor Apreko.
Apreko. Then this guy was there. You know, almost all the guys, they were doing quantitative study and they were using purposive sampling. The thing got to me because I have spent time studying philosophy of science. So I raised my hand and told them, I had to calm down and told them, I said, I see, research has its own paradigms. We are not the one to determine how knowledge is acquired. Then everybody started looking at my face. I think they were saying that, who is this boy? You get it? And I told them that the paradigm is straight. They are in perspective. What you guys have done is not an error, it's a sin. Then everybody was alert. I said it's a sin because the guy who was, do you have a phone? He said yes. Go to Google, ask purposive sampling. Is this for qualitative or quantitative research? Just don't go to any repository. And then he gave him the answer. I said, read to all of us. Then everybody was quiet. Then one professor said, you can use it with justification. Then I said that, so you can become, as a man, you can become a woman for some time with justification, right? Then he just looked at my face. I said, that's what you're saying, Prof. NSC.
Oh, but
Research has paradigm. And we follow this. So is that one?
The LGBT guys are justifying that.
Yes, how do you justify it? How do you justify, let's say, what do you call it? A relativist ontology. Okay? A relativist ontology. How do you justify that in the perspective of a realist? How is this possible?
It's never.
You understand? How is this possible? You understand? So you ask yourself, I'm sorry that I've taken your time. Forgive me. But it won't, what I'm saying is a closing remark, but it doesn't work. And Felix, you guys are coming up. Just understand, you cannot say that your worldview of knowledge, do you understand, which has been documented. Do you understand? It's like we saying that a certain animal is called maybe relish, something, or eagle, right? And then you come and you say that, okay, this eagle, we can call it vulture sometime. You understand? And then, and then later, and give justification saying that the eagle is now a vulture. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't. And I'm saying that I told them, people like Karl Popper, like Kuhn, and others were vilified. People were assassinated because of some of these things. It's no joke. For you to now twist, immediately you twist, do you understand, the ontology of a certain research, you are likely to fail. You are bound to fail. You remember Felix was saying that, is it possible that your result, before you get to the result, you already, because the route you chose was different. You were supposed to go by air and you went by road. You get it? So the route you chose is a different environment. So if you guys want to really ground yourself properly in research, right? I put something on the platform, I'll share it here as well, on philosophy of science. You guys saw it? You guys saw it?
Yes,
No, I don't think
I know some of you will not see it.
Another
I'll put
fantastic
it
one.
Is it in the WhatsApp?
Chatbot.
It is damn good.
All these things has to be sold, but I'm giving it to you. Just whatever you want to do with it. See, take your time. Everything to this life take this chatbot. I've posted it. Anything to this line, just put it there. It's not just research, right? Just put it there and you love it. This is what grounds you as a PhD student or candidate, right? The next 3 days, I intend to do something different that we've not done. So, you guys, Dr. Martin, you have it here. So, or it's Felix. Yeah, Felix,
Yeah,
ask.
Yeah.
How can you help? How can you? What are your capabilities? Ask, what are your capabilities? Just go there, ask what are, and I've put it in the chat box. So you guys should. Can you make it a little bit bigger? What are your capabilities?
Control plus, eh?
Yeah, control plus. Good. What are your capabilities? So before I answer, it says what?
Let me clarify the level at which you are asking. Are you asking about technical abilities, intellectual scope, philosophical limits, or decision-making influence? I will answer at all 4 levels.
Just
says
ask
1. Yeah. So
ask
1, functional
capability. It will give us better.
Yeah.
I wanted to say, what can you do for me?
Okay, go ahead. What can you do for me?
I wanted to say, what can you do for me? Okay, you want to edit it? Okay.
I'm not here merely to give you answers. Go ahead.
I am designed to examine how knowledge itself works.
Listen to that part. Listen to that part. Take a deep breath. Just breathe in and out. You might not know what you are reading. Felix, just breathe in and out and read this again. Then read it again.
I am designed to examine how knowledge itself works and help you think, decide, and act at a higher level of clarity.
Do you know what this means? Guys, do you know what this means? What we are having here is higher than anything else we are doing. Anything else. Even higher than the VPF itself. It's saying that I'm designed to examine how knowledge itself, what we are all looking at, including the VPF, how it works.
What I got here was even brutal.
What did you get?
What can you do for me? And he said, a lot. But the clean way to answer is, I can help you think, test, decide, build, and communicate across almost any topic while keeping track of what counts as evidence, what assumptions you are making, and what will change your mind.
So if you sleep around this thing, if you sleep around it, just give yourself 1 month. You will see.
And it is giving me a lot, Ampa. 1, it said 360 degrees knowledge audit. That's my specialty.
Is that what?
360 degrees knowledge audit. Into brackets, that's my specialty. If you can bring any belief or claim X is true, I can clarify what it even means. That's ontology. Map what you count as evidence. That is epistemology. And propose ways to test it. That is the methodology. Surface hidden incentives, bias, power dynamics, to bracket, paradigms, and power. translated actions.
Let me also tell you something that will shock you. Finally, I want to again. It's that scary. That will shock
this one. Look at this one.
Yes. No, that is
Identify
true.
hidden assumptions in your beliefs.
Felix.
Hello, Doc.
I didn't want to get into this. You understand? That the prompt that is behind this actually permeates every religion on earth. How that belief system emerged. And Charlie, if it do this, then you go there, you go scatter your religion. Cry. You go say, no. No. So I don't want to go there. But you see, it makes you know my belief in some of these things. When I say belief, the fact in this world, because we don't know everything, what we don't know at a certain level of thinking, we don't know. We have not uncovered. We have no proof. So the word belief comes in. Unfortunately, in religion, belief is 90% and reasoning is 10%. It should be the other way around. And now when you begin to think...
Doug, repeat what you said. It's too deep.
Right? So this one, Felix, if you have time, put your Catholicism there. Oh, you clap for it. Just put it there and just be honest.
Okay.
This one, there's no bias. There's no political.
Yeah.
Actually based on the three canon of knowledge: ontology, epistemology, axiology. Finish. It will dissect it for you and tell you the truth. All the bad things in religion, all the good things in religion, how religion has helped shape society, how it has been used as a tool against the black race. Everything will be told. Everything will be told. You get it? And I tell people, I say all these things, but I'm a Christian. I'm even a church secretary. Because this is where I belong. This is where I think that the risk is less for me. Somebody who is a Muslim, he also thinks that the risk is less. But we've all taken the risk. You understand? Because there's something one has to believe in. So that's the principle.
And it's good to believe in something.
Sorry? No. Yes. I thought, no, you have to. Because the word belief is there. You see, belief is that we can look at it from two perspectives. One, that at the face of evidence, that is the stubborn belief at the face of evidence. You discount and you still believe the falsehood.
Yeah.
That's the first, at the face of evidence, right? The other one is that with the lack of evidence, hard evidence, but with tracing facts to unconclusive, do you understand? Unconclusive conclusion, you're perceiving that if 1 + 1 = 3 and they call it synergy, then there is a hidden one. You have not seen it, but you believe it, right?
Yeah.
You understand? That is there. You are just there. The first one is what Christians they do. You get it? As we are today, as we sit here, if I told me and Felix, if we go someplace, then I tell Felix that, oh, you see this woman? Say yes. This woman is pregnant too. Say really? But has never slept with any man. What will you tell the person? What would you tell the person? Do you see why when Jesus was born, they were chasing him, they wanted to kill him? No, if they told you this thing today, Olympio, what would you say?
Yeah. On the face of it, is not practicable. But you see, Doc, you gave us a story about your granddad.
That is what I'm saying. I'm into that. You understand? About my granddad, do you understand? I had evidence.
Correct.
Do you get it? But we don't have evidence that the lady is pregnant. We're told.
Mm-hmm.
And
but there was an evidence then.
no, there was no. The evidence was that she was pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And we only know that a woman can only be pregnant. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But Doc, at that
In
time,
fact, if you take that thing to Islam, what they will do to you, they will slaughter you.
That's true.
You get
You're right.
it?
The
get it?
Sharia
But
law
you
will
see,
embrace you.
you see, so
Doc,
I'm saying that other, if you take it to Hare Krishna, Buddhism, I mean, and all that is a different thing. So what I'm saying is that rather, if you want to strengthen your religion, go into philosophy of science.
Yeah, that's true.
Felix, do you get what I'm saying? If you want to strengthen your belief, rather get deep into it. And once
but
you
is this
know the intricacies of it, you know the risks you have taken. Do you understand? And those risks might be worth taking because you realize that, okay, if I decide not to believe in this, also not believing in anything is the bigger risk. You understand? So I would have to stay with something. Being an atheist and not believe in anything, that also doesn't make sense. You understand? So people want to believe in something. So when people say that your religion is not good or can't process it, then you ask that, what do you believe in? And the person says that, I don't believe in anything. Then you see that the guy is as stupid as what he's saying. Me, that I believe in something. Me, I'm crazy. You don't believe in anything. But you think you are okay. You understand? It is a bigger risk of not to believe in anything. Right? So not believing in anything is also. So I'm saying that let's manage some of these things. And anybody, anything they say, oh, I'm a Muslim, this. When I go to their mosques, I'll go there and pray with them. I go to the Hare Krishna, I'll do the same thing. I'll go to a Christian, I'll do the same thing. Anywhere I go, I'll do the same thing. I just want to identify with them because I'm a human being first before anything. So I consider those things as secondary. They doesn't detect. Do you understand my thinking? No. At a point in time, the guy who wants to pray 5 days and 7 times a day, that's fine. Right? You want to do your Lent, that is fine. If we live like that, then religion would not control us. Nobody will ask us to go and chew green grass, then we'll go and chew. You get it? Just because of a certain belief system. So that's the weaponization that they've used against us. But these things are going to help you, right? So it says separate fact from interpretation, distinguish data from what? Narrative, and detect logical gaps, strengthen argument, and all that. Take your time and go through that. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to thank you for your time, right? And what I need you to do for me, we want to correct this narrative. So the knowledge you have, as many people that you can recommend the next thesis, if you see the flyer, please ask them to join, okay? And for those who registered, you are going to receive in your emails, we'll put the emails and the names you want to appear on your certificate. We'll do the same thing on the job and the first thesis. And then we compile all the names and then we send. I've changed my mind. Those who join the first thesis, I'll still give them the new model, the one at L10,000, 10 million.
10 million.
For them to use for whatever they want to use it for. Actually, the other guys are the guys who are going to pay. Okay, those who didn't join. So you have them in your emails. Your class rep should liaise with me and choose. I'm busy. Next week I'll be out of town. And then when I come, myself and Dr. Boatin will be at Akuse, and then when we also return, no, Kintampo, we'll also go to Akuse, for some training. So we'll see how we fix this thing out. But reach out, do projects. People think that when they talk to me, I don't respond. When you do project and you send it to me, that one I will look at it. But if you don't do anything and then you say, I've done something, you have written a proposal, look at it for me. Me, I'm here building. Please go off. Doctor, who is on? Is it Dr. Boatin? So I'm here.
Alex.
Please, we have closed. Technically, we have closed. I'm just showing